Hello children, today I am here to teach you last chapter in your textbook, that's chapter 29, likelihood of an event occurring. So this is probability. So in this lesson, identify the events that definitely occur, the events that definitely do not occur, and the event that occur randomly, and describe the outcomes of an experiment. We have started this unit in grade 6. Now we are studying further. So we'll see what are the things that you have to study. So what are events? The sun rising from east. Throw a stone up, it will fall downwards. Water flows higher to lower places. Touch fire, you will burn. The sun set from west. So these all are definitely happening. So we call these are events that definitely occur. Certain. Last time also I explained the word certain to happen. You are 100% sure that this will happen. Look at these events. A tossed coin landing heads up. When you toss a coin, you can get heads. Rain occurring this afternoon. A bus leaving at the scheduled time. Sri Lankan cricket team wins the next match. Geometry question appears when you turn the mathematics textbook. What can you say about those events? The above events cannot be certain, will occur or not. So we call these are random events. What about these events? The sunset from east. Age of grade 7 student is 21 years. Getting mango from an apple tree. A heavy stone floating on water. So these events do not occur at all. Definitely not happening. Impossible. I use the term impossible to happen. So when you take events, what are the three types? We can say events which definitely occur, that is 100% sure, certain. And events which definitely do not occur, impossible to happen. Or events which cannot be certain, will occur or not, random events. So there are three types of events. The events that definitely happen, definitely not happening, and random events. Before starting the cricket match, a coin is tossed to decide the team starting batting. Write down the possible two outcomes. When you toss a coin, what are the two possible outcomes? You can get head or tail side. Heads up or tails up. If the coin is a fair one, the chance of getting head and the chance of getting tail is equally likely. But what happens if you attach a small metal piece on one side of the coin and then toss it? You will always see the heaviest side will land on table. So is that a fair coin? Then it's not a fair coin. So you need to take a fair coin, then the chance of getting any side is equally likely. What are the possible outcomes can get after a cricket match? Either wins, lose or draw. So those are the three possible outcomes you can get. So likewise, what are the possible outcomes when rolling a regular tetrahedral die labeled 1, 2, 3, 4 ones? So 4 sides, all are equally likely. So you can get either 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the possible outcomes you can get when you roll a regular tetrahedral die. What are the possible outcomes when rolling a cube-shaped die? Label 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 sides all are equally likely. So you can get either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. 6 possible outcomes are there. So all these are random events. There are identical cards labeled 1 to 10 in a box. Write down all possible outcomes when taking a card at random without looking at the box. So we are taking a card. So you can get 1. There's a chance of getting 2. Chance of getting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10. So 10 possibilities are there. There are red, blue, green, yellow and black marbles, 1 from each color in a box. Write down all possible outcomes when taking a marble from the box at random. So what are the possibilities? You can get a red marble. You can get a blue one or a green one or a yellow one or a black one. So those are the possibilities you can get. So these are random events. In a bag, there are cards labeled G1, G2, G3, that means green, and red 1, red 2, red 3. Write down all possible outcomes when taking a card at random from the bag. You can get green 1 or green 2, green 3, then red 1, red 2 or red 3. So these all are random events. Put a correct tick for events that are definitely occur. Get a mango from a jack tree. That's not possible. Impossible. Multiples of 10 that are divisible by 3 without a remainder. 10, 20, not divisible by 3. That's impossible. Floating a stone in water. Normally it goes down, not floating. That's wrong. There are 4 sides in a quadrilateral. That's true. For any quadrilateral, you get 4 sides. All multiples of 7 that are odd numbers. We'll check. 7 times 1, 7. That's odd. 7 times 2, 14. That's not odd. So that means this is wrong. X plus 10 equals 15. Then x equals 3. So we'll find out x value. When you take 10 to the other side, that's 5. So this is wrong. You can't get 3. Mahavali River flows sea level to higher level. Normally higher level to lower level. That's wrong. Height of a person is less than 3 meters. So that can be so. Less than 3 meters. It's true. So you get only 2 definitely events that are definitely occur. A fair object means chance of getting one side is equally likely. Put correct for fair object and cross mark for not fair objects. Tossing a fair coin. If it's fair, yes, that's a fair object, equally likely chance of getting head and tail. Throwing a coconut shell. So no, it's not equally likely. Always you get one side. So that's not a fair one. Throwing a matchstick box. All sides are different. So you are not getting same as, because if it's a die, equally likely, all sides are the same. But matchstick box, you get different sides. Rolling a cube shaped die. So all sides are equal. That's a fair one. Throwing a funnel, you always get one side. So that's not true. Throwing a square base pyramid. Pyramid always tries to land the square side. Rolling a regular tetrahedral die. Regular, that means all sides are equal. So that's true. Rolling a triangular prism, that's a different shapes you get rectangles and triangles, so you are not getting same side equally likely. Throwing a stone, different shaped stones, it's not equally likely, not a fair object. Taking a ball from a box which has identical balls inside, yes, if they all are identical, it's fair. So that's true. Now we'll look at the exercises in your textbook. Exercise 29.1. Write down whether each of the events given below is an event which definitely occur, an event which definitely does not occur, or a random event. Of the two competing football teams A and B, Team A winning the game? We don't know. Might win A or B or draw. So that's a random event. When a red regular cube is tossed, the side that lands up being red. Always happening. If it's red cube, always you are getting red side. That's definitely occur. Definitely occur. A ball taken out of a bag which contains only 5 white balls, being a black ball. So all are whites, you want to take a black one. Can you take that? It's impossible. So you can write does not occur definitely. Definitely does not occur. The next passenger getting down from a bus being a woman. We are not sure. So that's a random event. When a regular cube with each of its 6 sides marked with 1 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is rolled, the side with 5 turning up. So that's random event. All are equally likely. So random event. A stone thrown at a mango tree with fruits hitting a mango. So there's a chance of hitting a mango. So you can say random event. A piece of wood placed on water floating. So that's definitely happening. When you put wood, it's normally floating. So definitely occur. So the youngest participant in a 100-meter race for those under 13 winning the race. Possible. So that's random. We don't know, but it can happen. Chaturi being a student who obtains more than 75 marks for mathematics in the grade 7 year-end examination. Chaturi being a student who obtains more than 75 marks for mathematics text in the grade 7 year-end examination. Yeah, it can happen, but we are not sure. So you can say random. In a school having 700 students, a prefect is chosen by the votes of all the students. Aravinda and Suranga have been proposed for this position. Find the least number of votes that Aravinda must get. if he is to become the prefect. So that means when you take now altogether 700 students are there. So they are voting to Aravinda or Suranga. Only 2 are there. Find the least number of votes that Aravinda must get if he is to become the prefect. So that means more than half. So what is more than half means? Half is 350 is the half value. So 700 divided by 2. So 350. If it's 350, both are the same. Like chance of being the prefect is half, equally likely. So Aravinda must get, if he is to become the prefect, that means 351. So we write 351. Will a prefect always be elected through this method? It's possible. So you can select using this method. So we know if this is 350, that means you can't select one. Again, they have to do something to select. But now, if it's 351, anybody can, the person who gets 351 out of 700. If it's a different number, you have to think about the half of that value. So will a prefect always be elected? Possible. Possible to select using this method. Using this method. The faces of a die are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The die is rolled once. Write down whether each of the events given below is an event which will definitely occur, an event which will definitely not occur, or random event. Obtaining a 8. So only up to 6. So this is not possible. Definitely not occur. Obtaining an even number? Yes, 2, 4, 6 even numbers are there. So that's random. Obtaining 4? Possible. That's random. Obtaining a number which is less than 7, that's definitely, all the numbers are less than 7, so definitely occur. Example number 1. The faces of a die are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. The die is rolled once and the number on the face that turns upward is observed. Write the set of outcomes of this experiment. So you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the possibilities. So you can get these outcomes. Exercise 29.2. So question number 1. Write down the experiments and corresponding outcomes for each of the events in A, B, C, D, E under exercise 29.1. So this is same as what we did. We found out whether it is definitely occur or random event. Of the 2 competing football teams A and B, team A winning the game. If both are competing football teams, so it can be draw also. What are the possible outcomes? It can be win, lose or draw. 3 possibilities are there. So winning chance is 1/3. If you take the draw also as one outcome, this is 1/3. If we take only winning and losing, so that's half a chance. So winning is half of that. When a red regular cube is tossed, the side that lands up being red, definitely happening now. So 6 out of 6, that means 1. A ball taken out of a bag which contains only 5 white balls, being a black ball, 0 out of 5, that means 0, not possible. The next passenger getting down from a bus being a woman. So, half, because either woman or man. So, you can have 2 possibilities, so it can be half. When a regular cube with each of its 6 sides marked with 1 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is rolled, the side with 5 turning up, so that's a random one. So, out of 6 outcomes, 1 possibility is there. So, 1 over 6. The likelihood of obtaining each of the possible outcomes of an experiment. So, the faces of a regular die are numbered 1 to 6. The die is rolled once and the number on the face that turns upward is observed. A coin is tossed once and the side that lands up is observed. So, these are all random experiments. You can toss a coin and all are fair. We assume that these are fair objects, so chance of getting one side is equally likely. A coin with one side made of aluminium and the other side of copper, where the quantities of aluminium and copper used are equal, is tossed once and the side that lands up is observed. So, what can you say about these ones? So, here if we take the first one, it's regular and different numbers. So, here we need to identify whether it's, what are the possible outcomes. You can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it's a coin, you can get either head or tail. And what about this one? So, 2 sides are there, aluminium or the copper side, equally likely. So, you can get aluminium side or copper. So, one side is aluminium, the other side is copper. A coconut shell similar to the one in the figure is tossed once and the side that lands up is observed. So, 2 possibilities are there, either this side or this side. So, what can we write? Open area up or down. So, we can say sometimes you can get this way also. Rarely happens, but there's a chance. So, you can say open side up or open side down. Those are the 2 possibilities you can get. The faces of the regular tetrahedron are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. The tetra is rolled once and the number on the face that turns downward is observed. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 possibilities are there. The faces of a cuboid are numbered 1 to 6. The cuboid is rolled once and the number on the face that turns upward is observed. So, what are the possibilities? You can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the possible outcomes. Now, we'll see whether these objects are fair or not. So we'll take the first one here. We did before. We'll take the first one. This is a cube. So what do you think this cube is? A fair object. All sides are equally likely. Fair object. And a coin? We can say this is equally chance of getting head or tail. That's a fair object. What about the other one? This one. One side is copper and one side is aluminium. So depend on the weight. So we can't say that's a fair object. So not fair. Not a fair object. When you take the coconut shell, this is not a fair object. So this is rare chance of getting this side. So not a fair object. And when you take regular tetrahedron is a fair object. All sides are equally likely. And what about a cuboid? Not a cube. All sides are not the same. So this is not a fair object. Exercise 29.3. For each experiment below, write the set of outcomes and write down whether the experiment is carried out using a biased object or an unbiased object. Fair or not fair. Unbiased. We can use the word unbiased. That's a fair. This means fair. Biased means not fair. First one, the top in the figure with its faces marked from 0 to 9 spun and the face that touches the ground when it stops spinning is observed. So when you take this top, we see it's not equally likely. It's different. So this side is not the same as this side. So always it tends to come this part up. So that's not a fair one. So that we can say biased. Biased object. The figure shows a circular disc divided into 8 equal parts and the parts are numbered 1 to 8. One end of the indicator is fixed to the center and the other end is rotated. The number of the portion where the indicator stops is observed. So all are equally likely, equal parts. So this is an unbiased object. Unbiased. Consider the figure below. Each circular disc is made to rotate around its center. When the disc stops rotating, the color indicated by the arrow head is observed. Explain whether each of the discs used in this experiment is fair or not. Look at figure 1. This area is bigger than this area. So the chance of getting A is more than the other colors. So this side is more. So is it biased or unbiased? This is a biased one. What about this one? This is equally divided into 3 parts. All parts are equally likely. So we can say this is unbiased. So you can use these words. I told you unbiased means fair and bias means not fair. write 2 examples of experiments which are done using fair objects. So you can write rolling a cube labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So different numbers. When you are rolling a cube, all sides are equally likely. So that's a fair object. Or you can taking a marble from a bag or box from a bag with 10 or any number of identical marbles. So that's also equally likely. When you get identical marbles, getting one is a fair object. So we completed all theory related to probability. So in this lesson, the events which occur in our environment fall into one of the following 3 types. What are the 3 types? It can happen definitely, does not happen definitely, or that can be a random event. The events that can occur in an experiment are called the outcomes of the experiment, and if an experiment is carried out using an object, the object is considered to be an unbiased object or biased one. If it's unbiased, means the chance of getting any side is equally likely. If it's a biased one, the chances are different. So this is a important lesson in your syllabus, and you need to practice questions related to probability, because definitely you are getting a question in O-level exam. So this is the last unit, so we'll practice the last revision exercise next, and then you can move to grade 8. And I hope that you will join with me for the next year for grade 8 work.